Obviously not the last games that we'll be casting before Home Story Cup, because Monday we're definitely going to cast some games. Yeah, maybe an Open Cup, maybe we will run our own tournament, and I think it's going to be our own tournament, the 16-man tourney on the Monday. I think it's going to be hype. I'm excited for it. I'll let the players know that I am ready. Indy is ready. TKL is in the mix tonight as well. That nerd is passionate. Never did I think that out of all the French casters, it would have been TKL. Out of Coca and Fonka and Yogo and what was the Imra, the Terran player? Never did I think that TKL would be the last passionate nerd standing. But that handsome dude with his beard, probably powered up by a couple beers, still going strong. I like having him. Are you gonna stream your Deadlock video games? Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really video games. I think we're just gonna ladder. I think we'll just play with 6. I think Vicky wanted to play. If Kalaris wants to play, I'd love to play with him. I did send Lambo a DM. I was like, what do you say, Lambo? After you win in the main event, play some games with Deadlock with the big boys? And he said, nah, my bedtime is... Or I said Deadlock with the boys till 4 a.m. And he said, nah, my bedtime is 12. But if he wins and he's in good spirits, maybe he'll carry us for a game or two. I think that'd be very cool. Well, we'll talk about that later. For now, we're going to focus on this TVZ.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
In the top right side of Ultra Love, we are looking at the main base of our Polish Terran, who is known for not scouting a whole lot. And it seems like we've got something cheeky prepared. This is Spirit, who I believe is currently teamless. He was part of Team Navi. Navi said that they have temporarily suspended or postponed their Starcraft 2 roster. And what that means, guys, is very simple. If Starcraft 2 gets selected for the Esports World Cup, we'll pick up some players. If it doesn't, we're not picking up any players. That's all it is. In the bottom left side, representing the Shopify Rebellion, coming out with a Laser Classic over here. An early pull and a hatchery on the other side of the map. I don't think a lot of you guys expected this coming out of him. Shopify Rebellions, Lambo. When is it decided? Well, I think it might have already been decided and we just don't know. Or it will be decided within the next 3 weeks. Alright guys, the Spirit going Reaper Command Center. No SCV Scout. Is this best case scenario for Lambo? You guys, by the way, are heavily voting for Spirit, not believing in Lambo. Well, for the second time tonight, I would disagree. Earlier, you guys were right. I'm feeling Lambo for this best of 5. I think we'll see the best that Lambo has to offer at the moment. Now, there's still 1 week to go to Home Story Cup, and he can still get a lot better and sharper. He's obviously been a little bit inactive, and Spirit has not been inactive, but yeah, I'm expecting a strong Lambo tonight. Obviously, yesterday it was 2-0 for Spirit, so I can't really blame you guys. Spirit scouts with his Reaper on the other side of the map, and he sees no hatchery. What do? We immediately build a bunker on the high ground, and we're gonna build a factory, and we're gonna build another barracks in the back. Here come the Ravagers. It's obviously not easy for Lambo to transition out of. Yes, we are playing on PTR. Home Story Cup will be on PTR. Not actually on the PTR, because obviously they don't want to have 100 ping, but this is the PTR mod. Here come the Ravagers and the Roach for Lambo, but that bunker already done because the Reaper has scouted, of course, that this was happening. So we're gonna get a depot, we're gonna get a second depot, maybe we'll get a bunker eventually, but I wanna say I don't really see Lambo just winning here. Lambo is gonna give it a shot. The good old college stride. That bunker, by the way, needs to be repaired. That bunker needs to be repaired real quick. 4 corrosive balls. Oh, that's fine. Whew. Spirit definitely took his sweet time there. Will they not do the official update before Home Story Cup? I really hope they do, mate. But when it comes to making predictions that include Blizzard, I'm not making any. The Ravager count is climbing, and it's in Cyclone first. Cyclone lock-on, by the way, on the Ravager. I kind of think he should have gone for the Overlord, but there is a backup Overlord as well. It's all about high ground vision. The Overlords are mega important here. The Ravager count is still going up, but that bunker is still alive. I wonder if a tank would have been a play here, but obviously if a tank sieges up, it cannot move anymore. Double Cyclone into tank. This game will be decided in the near future. Lambo full sends it on one bunker, loses a single Ravager, but he does get it. This bunker is further away from a lot of those SCVs. Lock on the Cyclone does not kill it. Lambo obviously knows every second that goes by, this gets worse and worse. There is a tank on the way, but it took a little while. Nice snipe there on one of those Ravagers. Wow, the bunker placement has been very good. This makes it hard for Lambo to get in, drop all the corrosive balls and not take any damage. I actually really like the bunker positioning coming out of Spirit. Spirit's looking good so far in game 1. Does this Cyclone do additional damage to Ravagers? I mean, this is basically the old Cyclone again. The Cyclone that you can only build out of attack lab. I don't know why the Cyclone has gone through 7 changes, but it has. There's now a tank in the mix. Lambo did build a drone earlier, but you don't really easily transition out of this. It's also not like Stim and Medivacs are about to show up. So I don't know. Maybe we can just work on some sort of a contain. Spirit does definitely hold very well, but going down the ramp is very different than defending on top of your ramp. The tank gets moved. Does Lambo's Overlord, if it moves a little bit, I could see it. But now Spirit is going to try to kill that Overlord, and he will. That's a big kill for Spirit. That is a big kill. Lambo is close to getting a Cyclone. I want to say should get a Cyclone here. Will get it. But he loses the second Overlord as well, so that means no high ground vision. Tank could maybe move to this spot. One tank here, one tank here. It's a lot of damage, by the way, in the orbital, but not enough to kill it. So far, Spirit looking very strong, and now with the tank on the low ground, he is safe. Gets a kill on the Ravager as well. A man from Poland, off to a strong start. It seems that Lambo, by the way, guys, is gonna do what Raynor tried to do against Clem. And that is just kind of like double, triple down, and hope that Spirit moves out, and then he can catch him with a lot of Zerglings. But if Spirit decides to never move out and just sit here forever, well, then obviously Lambo's kind of cooked. Lambo's gonna have a very big army, but is the big army good enough? Has to hide the Zerglings, by the way. He cannot reveal those Zerglings. Because if Spirit sees the Zerglings, well, he's absolutely going to chill. As Rainer would say, piss chill for a very long time. Lambo is going to go for it already. I don't think he quite has the numbers. Nice grenade, by the way, in the middle of all these Ravagers. The tanks are going strong. The bunker lives, and that will do it for game 1. After 7 minutes, it is Spirit who survives. The proxy hatch Ravager build coming out of Lambo. I don't think he really did a lot of things wrong there. I don't think he did a lot of things wrong. Love the bunker placement, love the repairs, double Cyclone into the tank. All very well done. Catholic says, please no 3-0. It would surprise me. And there's still a week to go between now and Home Story Cup. And as I said before, Lambo obviously has not been very active since the Esports World Cup. I think he played in the WTL playoffs with Shopify. And after those WTL playoffs, I don't think he played much at all. Like, he went to Bulgaria, had a good time there, and actually had a pretty good run in Stara Zagora. Couple strong wins. After Bulgaria, we've literally seen him once before yesterday, and that was when he played the best of 5 against MaxPact. That one was tough. But he did look sharp in some moments there. Game 2 will be played on an all-time classic map. It is 2K Atmosphere. We are looking at a 1-0 lead for the man from Poland.
Round 2, fight!
In the bottom left side of 2K, here on the Friday night, we are looking at the main base of our German Zerg representing the Shopify Rebellion. Proxy hatch did not work out for Lambo. Any bangers today? I honestly think we had a lot of fun games, but maybe nothing that really stood out as in like, oh my god, you gotta watch that. But just, it's not been a bad night of games. I feel like we had pretty fun games. I'm not unhappy with it. Top right side of 2K atmosphere, we are looking at the main base of our Polish Terran. He's up one. This is Spirit. You came to ask a question and you get Lambo Spirit. This is great. You can still ask the question as well, mate. You guys should always feel free to ask questions. I will gladly answer them. I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. Some things I can't really talk about, but if that's the case, and I also say that, feel free to ask away. That's why I'm here. Will it rain tomorrow? In the Netherlands, I will probably say yes. I can double check it, but I'm very tempted to say yes, mate. You like my PvP game versus the Carriers? That was a banger against Alex. But honestly, it felt like a loss. Because I made a promise to not use my gates. And I didn't use my gates for a long time, but at the very, very end, I did build like 4 zealots, so kind of cheated. Felt like I lost. Is YY a sarcastic way of saying GG? No, I'm not that familiar with YY. I think it could just be a typo. I don't think it means anything. At least to my boomer knowledge, YY doesn't really mean anything. I think it's just a misclick. Would you still love me if I was a worm? I don't love you right now, mate, so definitely don't love you as when you're a worm. The meaning of life, I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think just have a very good time along the way of figuring it out. Where is Waldo? No clue. Is an apple or a rose? Say no. I think if Trigger was just in Canada, there is a good chance he would have gone to Home Story Cup. But since he's currently in Korea and he's probably just trying to, get his life sorted and get everything in order, it's probably not the right time for him to travel. And as I mentioned earlier, I think Scarlet is just not that active at the moment. What happened in game 1? Proxy hatch, 12 pull, double gas, proxy hatch, Ravager rush. The Spirit just defended really well. I think there will be more than one proud American at the Home Story Cup. Often, like, the beautiful thing about Home Story, like, I guess I can think of one right now, but the beautiful thing is that often you have Americans that are traveling in Europe and then they realize that Home Story Cup is happening and they're like, what? I've been watching Starcraft for so long. Oh, I'm gonna stop by. That has happened like the last few Home Story Cups. And hopefully that will continue to happen. And hopefully Air is not all alone. Why did Ronaldo have Mr. Beast on his YouTube instead of Messi? I saw today that apparently they tried to break the internet and they had less views than the GTA trailer. I like a lot of content on the internet, guys, but like what Mr. Beast and Ronaldo do on YouTube, I couldn't care less. This is not for me. And I do think Ronaldo is a GOAT in football and not bigger than Messi, obviously, but amazing. But I am not interested in what they do on YouTube. That's not for me. I think Scarlet is still pretty involved in Zero Space, and it's a big weekend for Zero Space. I hope all of you guys have some time to check it out. I know that would make cats very happy, and I think we all like cats. I want to say I'll probably give it a shot, but I don't really know when. It's hard to fight my deadlock addiction. To be fair, the GTA trailer. Oh, I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to beat. I'm sure that it's not easy to beat the GTA 6 trailer. I've never really been a watcher of Mr. Beast's videos. And it's not that I'm a hater, even though I know he recently caught a lot of flack, but just not that kind of content, not really for me. It's okay, right? It's for millions and millions of others, and he's done incredibly well for himself. There's only so much that you or me can watch. And I watch a lot of traditional sports, as you guys know. MMA, F1, football, sometimes basketball and ice hockey. I watch the NFL, then I watch Starcraft. I now watch Deadlock streams. I watch some Battle Aces streams. I watch history videos on YouTube. I don't have time to also watch every other content creator out there. Spirit is opening up with a battle cruiser and some Hellions. Obviously, on this version of StarCraft 2, hatcheries are cheaper, queens are more expensive. That's not stopping Lambo from still opening up with 8 queens. I want to say so far he's doing decent, but he does lose one there. Tiny beauty arrow on the side of a Lambo. That is actually a very hot and bad take, Manila Fly. You guys are allowed to have your own opinions, but saying that cats are more awesome than dogs, that's not an opinion, that's just factually inaccurate. And no fake news on this channel. Nixu's hitting us with the GG. Because we lost the queen, or why is it GG? I mean, we made a Bailing nest. Bailing's obviously maybe not mega against mech, but we are dropping the Roach Warren, we're dropping the Spire. Don't think Spirit's really done crazy damage yet, as the second battle cruiser is going to teleport into the natural. So like so far Lambo's defense pretty good. Sucks to lose that queen with all the energy. Obviously good target prioritization there by Spirit. Mixer says minus 175. We're gonna lose a little more than just 175 minerals. Need to teleport out. Spore Crawl is powerful, but so far Spirit obviously playing his mech opening well here. I've definitely had the time. The domain TV, it would be a lie to say. Whenever I ever say that I have no time, that's a lie. I have time. I have a lot of free time. Now, I'd like to think that I'm busy because I keep myself busy, but I definitely always have time to either answer you or play this or play that. It's just that I really love the current version and I'll play the heroes when they actually come out. I did watch one game of Vicky where she played in the sandbox with the new heroes. And I thought that was interesting. Why the hell is there someone at my door at 9:30? Package delivery, man. These poor guys, they work till so late. The DHL at 9:30? Poor dude. Thank you to Rice Storm for the 500 bits. Can't wait to be in Krefeld. I look forward to meeting you, mate. Let me know that your nickname is Rice Storm, so I can say thank you in person for the support. Is that a ring cam? Yeah. As a very famous person, needless to say, I need that camera security around the premises. Cameras all around the block, baby. No, just a single ring doorbell. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. If you guys don't have one, I recommend it. And no, I don't record my street. Only my tiny little front yard. I agree, Hackjob. It's not close. I am glad that a lot of you guys find some joy out of your fluffy little cat, but cats cannot compete with dogs. Like, if they ever make a mobile version of Starcraft 2, where basically the game plays itself and you just click a couple times on your iPhone, that is the cat version of an RTS. Right now we are watching the dog version of an RTS. Proper, raw, old school gaming. Okay, we can group a couple of units together. It's not quite Brute War, but it's pure, it's real, it's honest. Thank you, Andy, for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate it. Hello, York. Lambo makes an attack here into the max setup of Spirit. I have the feeling that Lambo is not having a very good time here. It's not just because he has taken some damage and he's not been able to deal a lot of damage yet. I just feel that these games, they don't really spark joy to Lambo. I don't think Lambo really wants to be stuck in a 40-minute mech game against Spirit, so he's going to try to make something happen here with all these Ravagers, Corruptors, Caustic Spray. Good enough to kill the PF. It is good enough to kill the PF, but at what cost, guys? We've lost 2,200 minerals more. It's not even like too dramatic, to be fair. I'd say it's a decent snipe. The problem is that Spirit's army is already so freaking big, eh? It is not a chore, patron saint of jaywalking. If I ever have my own dog, which I will. Vicky calls it my one dream in life. It's not to get married or have kids, but it's to have my own dog one day. She's kind of right. That is my one dream. It's a dream that I've always had as a kid. Walking the dog is not a chore. It's a fun little escape from life. Spend some time with your best friend. It's not a chore. I've always enjoyed walking the dog, even when it's raining When it's windy, I don't care. What a setup here, by the way, guys, for Spirit. Some insane shots in this attack. I mean, if the previous attack was at what cost, this attack really is not it. That was a meat grinder of a setup for Spirit, and Lambo just lost a ridiculous amount of Zerg units and barely got anything done. Early he lost 2100 resources more. He's now almost lost 6k resources more, so... A minus 3100 resource trade there for our German Zerg. This is not having the best time so far in this best of 5. The cheese, the aggressive build in game 1 did not really work out. It almost feels like he's just got no answer for the mech plays coming out of Spirit here. It looks like J Money versus Practice X. Isn't that guy like 6k? I don't know why you're insulting Lambo right now, man. I'm certain it does not look like you versus the 6k Terran. Surprised you didn't throw Gumio in there. Brody enjoys getting outside. I've always enjoyed walking my brother's bullmasters. Rico and RotterdaM when I grew up. Obviously my family had Akitas. And I've always enjoyed it. Sure, some days you're grumpy, right? And whatever, but I never saw it as a chore. It's not the puppy's fault. Puppy deserves some time. And I feel like you often, it's kind of like going to the gym. You may not always be in the mood, but you always feel better afterwards. I'll give you Phantom, Roddy. Hello, Love. And I've always felt better afterwards. Seeing the dogs happy, seeing them enjoy their walk. I don't think that's ever a chore. The Zerglings, Banelings, Corruptus. This time at least Lambo is gonna get a couple of the tanks, but the tank line is so freaking deep and the Cyclone count is still pretty high, and Spirit's doing a pretty good job of keeping these Cyclones healthy and alive. Slightly better for Lambo than obviously that previous fight, but can't really call this a win yet for the Zerg. Hive Tech is on the way. Well, get a couple of the tanks. Not bad, right? And obviously Spirit is only a 4 base mech play. It's not like Spirit is cooking at 6 or 7 bases. How do you beat this comp as a Zerg? I'd love a couple of Infestors. Our Australian caster Piggy would swear by Infestors in games like this, and I don't disagree. A couple Fungos is really nice. I think Lambo has honestly done okay-ish in the last minute and a half. Better than before, but... 9k units lost resource difference. The Spirit is now landing his 5th base, and that's obviously where it becomes terrifying. Lambo's got a few spellcasters now, guys, to work with. We can land the Fungal. Maybe we can sneak in a Viper. Blinding Clouds, of course, useful too. But it's hard to afford that if you don't have any money in the bank. It's a lot easier to sneak out Infestors and Vipers when you've got... Okay, the doors are wide open here. Oh, man. If only we would have gone here a little while ago. Just 2 tanks, that's obviously not a whole lot. The Lambo gets a few of the SCVs. Nice Fungo as well. Banelings come in. Hey, that's a bunch of dead Cyclones. Lambo finally finding some damage, finding fights that we can really call trades. Don't think we can get this orbital though, but he does land another Fungo. Gets a lot of these Cyclones. Lambo not doing bad. But it is important that Lambo stays economically very healthy, because none of this is cheap. I'll take a little look at the saturation of the bases. It actually all looks very good. It's not like he's oversaturated anywhere. Slightly in the main, but that's not even really a thing. Better trades for Lambo, and the group has been excellent. What a catch here with the Zerglings. Are we cooking? Are we gaming? Is there hope? Is there hope over here? Because I kind of feel like Lambo's cooking a little bit. He just built 10 Infestors. Is that a few too many? Is that rapid fire backfiring? The low repeat rates? Or... Why don't I have a dog yet? Because I was always worried that I would not have enough time to be home. I would never want to get a dog, but then like still leave the country 12 times a year for Starcraft events. And later on it was more just like, I want to make sure that I have like a little healthy financial backup in case the dog gets sick or gets surgery. I'm overly cautious with these things in life. Like I know that at one point you can be like, what, you're doing fine in life, you can actually have a dog. So I want to make sure that I can ship this dog to America to get the best possible treatment, you know, if it's necessary. So I am maybe a little bit too cautious and safe in those things, but it will come, mate. The day will come. I was joking obviously about the America thing, but not about the rest. Couple of neuroparasites are landing on the tanks. A corrosive ball. Nice fungal there in the middle. Lambo is dropping a lot of supply though as he's temporarily taking charge of this battle cruiser. The BC doing its thing. I do think that the BC will die. A few more fungals. The final Ravagers battling a bunch of low HP cyclones. What a fight between these two. Does the BC die? Yes, the BC does finally die. Jeez Louise, what a fight. Wow. Swinging for the fences. Lambo has lost 66 mains, only 15 roaches. It feels like he's lost so many more. Lost a lot of Zerglings as well. Did get that BC with the final corrosive ball. Deep inside you want a cat. I'm allergic to cats, mate. And I didn't even know that I was until I spent a lot of time in an apartment in America and I was just covered in rashes. And there was a BlizzCon or two where it looked like I got into a fight and everybody's like, what the hell happened to Roddy? Did he not sleep for like 3 years? I'm just very allergic for cats. I do like cats though. Some of them are very nice. Not all of them, but some of them are very nice. He has 6 infestors left. In total he has lost 12, so didn't lose all 10 of those. I think it was first 3 and then it was 10. Yeah, the allergy pills help a little, but it would not help enough for the entire house to be covered in cat fur. Neuroparasite being used on the BC. Tactical jump was not available anyway, or maybe Lambo already used it. Tiny jump. A trick that Zerg players sometimes do is where they neuroparasite the battlecruiser and then they jump from here to make sure that the BC can't escape anymore the moment that neuro runs out. Hello, Piggy. Now, game 1 was very short. Game 1 was very short. Game 2 is the first real game, and it looked honestly very grim for Lambo for a bit. The first 8-9 minutes, I was afraid that this was going to be a short one. But we have absolutely been gaming for the last 7 minutes. We were just talking about you, by the way, Pig. I said that you would absolutely love the Infestor in these moments. And honestly, Pig, ever since the Infestor made its first appearance on the battlefield, Lambo's done a lot better. It's almost like that stupid, handsome, Australian dirty caster knows what he's talking about, eh? The other day I was reading a Reddit thread, don't ask me why. Somebody's like, I'm looking for a caster to show my friends. And then what I love is the internet. It's like one guy's like, oh, you should do Pig. Pig's so funny and he's really cool. And then the next company's like, definitely don't do Pig. Way too many jokes about penises and dick down. And I'm like, oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love the internet. I love gamers. There's a couple of corrosive valves land on the planetary. The planetary dies. All the SCVs dies. Lambo is so deep and there are so many mech units. It's such a bizarre slugfest between these two. A lot of idle SCVs in the top left side. Once more, all the spellcasters have died. And there is going to be a moment, guys, where Lambo will actually just run out of income. Spirit still has a lot of resources left on his side of the map. That was expensive. Now Lambo has lost 9,000 resources more. This base is in danger. A lot of resources left here. So another base that you'd love to lose. Uh-oh. I mean, plenty of resources left here. Sometimes I even forget that there was a base here on 2K, but yes, there is. And a rich Vespian, guys. It's only 4 mineral patches? Really? Is that a thing? What the hell? That's the tiniest base of all time. Is that normal? Just 4? That was a thing? They love gas. Very little minerals, but a lot of gas. Yeah. Tank shot lands on the Infestor, but the Infestor lives. A 21-minute game between Lambo and Spirit. And for a mech game, there has been a surprising amount of action. And I do think we really got to thank Lambo for that. I don't think that Spirit was really in the mood to battle until 3-3 was done. And we had a bunch of Sensitars and 5 bases. Infestor count currently at 4. We have not made a Viper yet. We are going to build our first Broodlords of the game. Infestor pops, can we land a tiny fungo at least? Get some value out of it? The answer is no. Lambo still has 82 drones, but there's no money in the bank. Lost 12k resources more at this point, but Spirit is finally losing some bases as well as lost some SCVs. And does Spirit know about damn Broodlords? We've got 24 Cyclones, but Cyclones will have a very hard time getting in range of Broodlords if they get fungled, and there's a bunch of Roaches, Ravagers, Fungals. And Spirit now building an extra starport. He only has one starport. The first moment that the Broodlords show up could be a big one, right? Scan goes down, Spirit now sees it. He's maxed out, so it's not like he can just build 8 Vikings. I think he needs to start losing some of these units. I kinda feel like the Broodlord should be big here. Neuroparasite goes off on the BC and the BC dies immediately to the corrosive balls. The Spirit's army is here. How good are them brutes? That's the first ghoster on the way for Spirit. The 3 supply ghost, guys. Little fungo lands. Oh, the tanks deal a lot of damage to the Cyclones as well. Honestly, those tanks dealt more damage than the Zerg units. Couple tanks left behind. Spirit, I think, is okay with losing these because he needs more NTM. And Lambo probably doesn't want to just give Spirit all the time in the world to get all that NTR. So I'm sure he will continue to be aggressive. Ghost count is 3, Thor count is 0, but 4 Thors on the production tab. I think Lambo's about to take a really good fight, but then Spirit with all the reinforcements could maybe turn this around. This map is so goated, by the way. Lost and Found and 2k Atmosphere. May have very well been the 2 best maps we've had. Broodlord count a 9. 9 says the German boy. To the Macking Terran. Thor's coming out. Can we surround one of these Thors? Can we trap them? There are no Corruptors, by the way, so that's a little bit scary. Liberators are starting to siege up. The Ravagers take care of it. Kill one. And Spirit drops the mule to save his factory. King Sejong Station. I said it the other week, so I won't really go into detail, but that map just didn't really do it for me. Even though I've played a lot on it and I watched a crazy amount of games. And I had good games, but I don't know. I think I have always kind of disliked that natural and all that space around it. The natural is just not my favorite part of that map. Besides that, it was fine, but natural wasn't great. Yeah, Lambo's bank is growing, but it's not just about the minerals, right? Minerals are not going to win you this game. Lambo definitely needs gas. Do we have that rich Vespine guys up and running? The answer is yes. Oh no, Terran armies are good. Thank the Lord it goes in 3 supply instead of 2 supply. But we are also reaching that phase in the game where it's okay for the Terran to go all the way down to 40, even 30 SCVs. They just get such a ridiculously large army that Lambo's gonna need some next level spellcasting. And the Liberators are spreading their circles forward. The Spore Crawlers are trying to get a couple shots off, but I don't know, I'm worried. I know that Lambo has been struggling a little bit with like finding the right mouse for gaming for a while. Because he used to be a Razer Naga enjoyer. And that is the World of Warcraft mouse with the 9 buttons on the side. The thing is really ugly, and it was made for WoW players, but Lambo loved it for Starcraft 2. And he would group Queens on 1, and then Vipers on 2, and Infestors on 3. And ever since he stopped using that mouse, obviously every other mouse does not have 9 buttons on the side. I know he's been struggling a little bit with figuring out how to group certain things. And is that the reason why we don't have Vipers yet? Are Thors better versus Brutes than BCs? Yeah. Battlecruisers are very expensive, and I think it's very risky to make them right now with all these Infestors. Also, you need a lot of starports, right? Like building a bunch of BCs out of just 2 starports is probably not it. The way that Gumio uses BCs obviously does make them terrifying. I think Spirit just believes in the power of the Ghost and the Thor. This is indeed an old map. I just put it in the rotation for fun. Because I like it. And we only got 6 new maps. Thank you, Shaitem, for the 56 months. And Andy again with the biddies. What a night, guys. What a Friday night. The only thing that's missing is a good whiskey. But we'll make up for it next weekend. Today was just a coffee, monster, water day. Next weekend, we'll have some whiskeys. And Kulsch. We'll find some Kulsch in Krefeld. I'm not drinking any of those other shitty beers, but we'll get some Kulsch to come over. Thank you, Draco, for the 100 biddies as well. Fungal lands, the Broodlords, can they do their thing? I don't know. Big fungals on the goals though, really big fungals on the goals. As the banelings have a hard time connecting because there's so many Broodlings on the ground. Sometimes it's hard to say how these fights go. I felt that went good for Lambo, but now all the queens take a fight they absolutely should not take. Ay, ay, ay. Pew, 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 pew. And a lot of queens going into the meat grinder. Had a lot of energy too. As the Spirit sets up a nuke. I assume that Lambo knows where it is. What are they waiting for? Whenever somebody says that, I always think of the Scary Movie 1. Where that chick is like out there next to the school. Like, what are you waiting for? And then the school teacher is on the roof. Like, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Fuck you! And then he jumps up. I think they're waiting for the right engagement, mate. Lambo doesn't want to donate his army, and Spirit doesn't want to donate his army. So, that's what they're waiting for. The right moment. That scene is one of my favorite scenes. I mean, I love the entire Scary Movie. The OG Scary Movie is just too good, man. What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? Zerglings should be able to take care of these 6 Cyclones. There's no Blue Flame support. This base pretty much mined out. Not a whole lot of gas left. Almost not even worth it for Lambo to try to make a play. Just gotta focus on this fight. The ghosts get fungled one more time. The 3 supply ghosts, guys. Will it help late game TVZ? I hope it does. I gotta say, this is the first proper late game that I've seen on this patch. And I'm sure that I've missed a couple, but when it comes to TVZ on this PTR, I think this is legitimately the first time that I'm staring at a 30-minute game. Your friend made the best Kullish last week. I believe it. Peel Peel still strong. Oh yeah, oh my god. The other week I said something about one of the Korean Terrans having feedback in the Balance Council. Where I said that if Ghost 3 supply, Sniper needs buff. That's all I said because I thought it sounded very funny. And then I opened Reddit and somebody is like, I can't believe that Roddy just completely dismissed the concerns of the Korean Terrans. And I was like, oh my god, what? And I'm so tempted to write out a comment, you know, and be like, hey, that's actually not really what happened, but I know what's going to happen. And you just get dragged into the Reddit streets. It's like, all I said is that it was funny. If Ghost 3 supplies, Sniper needs buff. I just like that he called Ghost Snipers, that's all. No, but before you know, you get attacked on Reddit for completely dismissing concerns of Korean. I was like, oh my god. What is this world, man? I was like, is this real? What is my opinion on olive beer? I have no idea what an olive beer is. I don't dismiss the concerns of anybody. But can't say anything. Lambo's got a monstrous army over here. Doesn't check beer. Big fan, sir. Big fan. The check beer is solid. It's only a lot of Broodlords. We've obviously been building up a Broodlord count for a little while. We've got an Overlord somehow going to the top left. It's crazy, man. I've never really gone to Düsseldorf too often. I went to a Korean restaurant there once or twice, but Besides that, I'm not a Düsseldorf expert. I'm a Cologne boy. And Krefeld, of course. 32 minutes in game 2 between Spirit and Lambo. The winner of this best of 5 gets $150 from Basilisk. The loser will still get 50 for playing. After this 32-minute game, we can't say that they haven't tried tonight. They're absolutely trying. It's 150 for one best of 5. Big Brain Bouts, obviously everybody that gets invited gets paid. If you win, you get more. But you don't have to play 5 different days, multiple series. It's one best of 5, that's what it is. Bongo lands on the Thor. Will there be any deduction? No, not at all. I mean, if anything, they're doing me a favor, right? A lot of people watch Starcraft. The longer this goes on, the better it is. But I'm not in a rush, guys. It's Friday night. We are 1 week away from Home Story Cup. Basilisk has posted an awesome video on basically all the social medias. The Discords, the Twitters, the YouTubes. And we're going to take a little look at that video after this game as well. I am not in a rush. As the Farseer used to say, the future is ours. Well, that goes for a lot of us, not for these screens. I think these screens are in a bit of a pickle. There's a few more corrosive balls land on the Liberator. How many goes to it? 17! What the hell? Sniper needs buff my ass. You know what? I am dismissive. No, I'm joking. That's sarcasm, guys. That is sarcasm. But even with 3 supply, we've got 17 ghosts on the map. The resources lost show us that it's only 3,000 difference right now. The Brute Lords, the Ravagers, and the Banelings are trying to do their thing. And 17 ghosts became 2 ghosts. 1 ghost. No ghost. A hot pickup on the Thor. What a fight. What a fight. Is there enough anti-air on the side of Spirit? I want to say no, but maybe there is. 2 Brute Lords remain. 1 Liberator could have unsieged. Does not unsiege. Lambo has a big bank. Spirit obviously has a little bit of a bank as well. This planetary has died. We have double planetary over here on the left. Ay caramba. These guys had a couple of epic fights. As the 2 brutes now turn to the left. And they start working on the PF. The PF gets repaired. That's not even the real PF, guys. That is the protection PF. Lambo's gonna ignore that and go for another command center, an orbital. I mean, there's no resources left at all. This is the base that matters. Lambo is showing up with some banelings. We all live in the yellow submarine. But I don't think this yellow submarine is going to stay afloat. I guess that's the whole point, right, of a submarine. But it's not. But I don't think this is I mean, there's not even too many resources left on this base. Lambo will get it at the cost of a lot of lings, a lot of banelings, maybe a couple of roaches. But he does take out the double PF. But it gave Spirit time to rebuild the ghost. To rebuild a bunch of Thors. Honestly, this Terran army looks pretty strong again. How many resources are left? A little bit on the right. Plenty over here. So this is the highest amount of resources that are left on the map right now. And this is basically gone. This is pretty much gone. This is basically gone. So it's this versus this. Is there anything left here? Nope. I mean, it looks good for Lambo then, right? Oh my goodness. 35 minutes of a Mac TVZ. Oh, come on, use it. I would have liked to just see him pongo all those mules out of spite. We're gonna come in from the top right. A 1 Sharking Infestor on the left. We're gonna use Neuroparasite on a couple of the Thors. The Infestor on the left seems like it has died. But the Swarm is here in all its glory and all its horror. Ghosts are doing their thing. Do we have Overseers? Yes, plenty. Still 3 of them left. Do we have enough Roaches, Ravagers? Well, I don't see any Roaches. I do see Ravagers. Oh my goodness, this game is ridiculous. The SCVs are being pulled. As Neural Parasite was now used on the Ghost as well. Spirit down to 40 supply. 2 workers. 2 SCVs is all that remains for Piotr. As he's duking it out with his friend Lambo. He's got no more income. The Zerglings show up. That should do it. That should absolutely do it. It took 36 minutes, an arm and a leg, and all hopes of Lambo playing Deadlock with us tonight. But I do think we are looking at a series that is all tied up. This is some fantasy GG timing, by the way. I like how we have like 12 minerals left. I suppose, like, you know what, I need just a couple Hellions to deal with those Zerglings. Then he throws down a scan. I think he probably scanned this base. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm mega dead. Yes, you are mega dead. GG, guys. It's Lambo. Oh, my. What a game. What a game. We're all tied up in the main event. I just mentioned a video, and this is the moment that I'd like to show you guys this video. If you guys want to do Basilisk and me one favor, it is like, respond, retweet this little video that the guys put a lot of effort in. Basically, the whole idea is show Starcraft is awesome, Starcraft is beautiful. Basilisk supports Starcraft and hopes to do it for a whole lot longer. I'll give you guys the link in the chat as well. I'll play it on stream here, and after that we hop into game 3 of Lambo versus Spirit. I'll full screen it. What do you guys? Woohoo. Play it again, play it again. If I didn't have 2 gamers playing in the main event, I would gladly play it again for you guys. I'm glad you guys like it, love it. And if you guys wonder, awesome video, but why Roddy? Well, the idea obviously is simple. Get the word out there that, hey, StarCraft 2 is still here. A lot of people seem to think that we have left, where it's all gone. It's still here, and we obviously hope for future events. EWC, fingers crossed. I have a good feeling about it, but I really don't know. I'm not sitting here knowing and telling you guys that I don't know, but I really don't know. Did Basilisk shout out to EWC? Well, the idea is that everybody sees it, right? And that's why we also need you guys. Share it, like it, comment on it, give your own little feedback. Alright, Lambo's ready, Spirit is ready. Back to StarCraft, game 3. Winner of this best of 5 gets 150 buckies, the loser will still get 50. And after the previous game, I am very happy that that is the price distribution that we went for a long time ago. Because they just battled for like 37 minutes, whatever it was. Whew. Add this to the spam that we all reply to. Exactly. You got it, Coco. Coco always on the money. Always on the money.
Round 3.
Fight!
In the bottom right side of Whispers of Gold, my favorite Neil map of the 6 Neil maps that they gave us. We are looking at the main base of the man who I thought was in a bit of trouble in that previous game, but honestly, if there was ever a game that could show that goals going from 2 supply to 3 supply makes a difference, I think it's that previous game. Because I think last game, if goals were 2 supply, I don't think this man wins it. But he did win it. It's Shopify, Rebellions, Lambo. You can imagine EWC announcing SC to the Homester Cup. That would actually, mate, you guys gave me goosebumps with that. That would be awesome, but I am afraid that they are not connected in that way at all. But holy hell, would that be cool. Yeah, I love that, but I don't think that's... I don't know. Don't get my hopes up, mate. Don't fuck with my heart like that. Top left side of Whispers of Gold. We are looking at the main base of our Polish Terran. And after a 37-minute Mech Ghost TVZ game, we're sending out the boys here in game 3. But it almost felt that his opponent expected it, because we got pull first on the other side of the map. This is our Polish Terran, a Spirit. Previously known as Soul, the man who was
Blessed by Soul.
Probably still is. That was a couple years ago. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Rexes. He could even build a 4th one, obviously, but I feel like that's not really something that people do anymore. But it almost felt that Lambo, his spidey senses were tingling as he went with a pull first over here. This pull into hatch, into a gas. Should be great for Lambo. It should be great. But hey, let's see how it all goes. The links are leaving, but the moment that this Overlord doesn't see a Reaper, doesn't see a command center, do we send these links back? Lambo obviously has the spotting Overlord here. It's important he doesn't lose it. Let's follow Lambo's vision for a little bit, guys. We're following Lambo first person view right now. That's where he sees the SCVs. That's where he sees the Marines, and he turns around immediately. Are we going to pull the Queen, all the drones? I mean, Spirit obviously at this point knows immediately as well that this was pulled before hatch. The links come in from the top left. The first Marines I think are in danger. Oh, it's a disaster. It is an absolute disaster for Spirit. Hatch done, first Marines died, barely any Zerglings dying, no Queens dying yet. I'd still love to see a spine though. I would still love to see a spine on the side of Lambo. Maybe we can do it without a spine, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying... Oh my god, the 3 drones is pushing it a tiny bit now. Lambo just Absolute confidence. Oozing confidence over here. Snipes another SCV. Snipes maybe one more. No, does not quite get that one. Second queen is gonna make its way over. One more full HP SCV shows up. Lambo needs to crank out a lot of Zerglings. Loses a queen. That's kind of bad. He's rebuilding another one. And now we're gonna get the spine. That spine could have been done, guys. That spine could have been done. I still think Lambo's totally okay, but you know, it gets a little scary when that bunker finishes up. The marine count is climbing. Hatchery is taking a lot of damage, and we lost one queen, so we have less energy. Lambo buying some time. That's a lot of Zerglings, though. That is so many slow Zerglings. He's gonna have to go, though. You don't want to lose the hatch. You really don't want to lose the hatch. We have transfuse energy. Lambo needs to make up his mind. Needs to go, go, go. Don't lose your queens, obviously, with energy. Transfuse, transfuse. And now he just needs to go for that bunker. And he will go for that bunker with the links, with the drones. Spine is going to crawl forward as well. SCV not here to repair it. That spotting overlord from before died. Marine count is high, but with queens and a spine, I think we're okay. Got a tiny bit scary. Got a tiny bit scary, tiny bit dicey, but I think Lambo's okay. Sees the command center now being built on the other side of the map. Sees the refineries being taken. That's a lot of marines, by the way. Alright. I'm gonna say something that's very stable. How about a second spine, guys? Diving the hatch. Will he get it? Yes, but he will also lose every single marine. So I don't know about that. It'd be tempting though, Coco. I'll give you that. It'd be very, very tempting. Zergling speed is 70% done. 10 more lings on the way. Ooh, did he just find another overlord there? That's the second Ovi that Spirit found there. He's gonna try to bring everything home. Lambo's sending out another drone. Feels that it's his time to go up to 3 bases. Honestly, for how bad this could have been for Spirit, I actually think he did kind of good. Especially if he gets all of these marines home. At the moment he's up 4 workers. Of course Lambo is going to overtake him in the worker count, because Lambo can already build drones from 2 hatcheries, but it's not as big of a lead as you may have expected. This is a very nice bunker too. Lambo cannot take this fight, and I don't want to see him take this fight. Well, actually, it's going to play a somewhat normal game. It's indeed a 3rd base as well coming online for Spirit. I think Lambo could probably throw down another hatchery too. It's gonna take so long before Spirit can move to the other side of the map with medevac, steam, anything. I'd love to see indeed another early hatch for Lambo. I think first priority is saturate this mineral line, and then I think we expand again. What a series between these two. Spirit is not gonna have a lot of map vision for quite some time. He's floating over one of the Rexes. He's dropping an early armory. Aliens can morph into Hellbat. Is he thinking of some sort of a marine Hellbat move out? Have concussive shells there on the way for a little bit. Fires up Stim instead. Surprised we're building an armory before an eBay. Now whenever I see an armory, I'm gonna think of patches. I mean, that man left his mark today, guys. That man made damn certain that we won't forget him. First medevac is out. There are 3 Hellions. I mean, 3 Hellions can morph into Hellbats. Obviously a little bit scary to fight, even if it's just 3 Hellbats with a pure Zergling. Queen count is 4. 2 more queens are on the way. Spine can obviously move. Spine will move. We go for a defensive spot. Nah, I don't think he can kill this hatchery. The Zergling count is so high. Yes, Hellbats are great against Zerglings, but this many links, queen support, spine support. Great defense by Lambo. There, Julian is absolutely cooking here in game 3. Played a fantastic game 2. And this was very well handled. You mean drop the Hellbats on top of the hatch? Nah, that's queen energy, man. There's always... If there was no such thing as transfuse, I would agree with it. But, nah, you can't do that. Bully says that should be it. Alex says that should be it. I'm not disagreeing that it should be it. But it's also still Terran. Spirit is a man with a lot of experience, I think, when it comes to defending. Not having any map presence whatsoever and just defending. I agree with you guys that it should be it, but then 2 big Widowmine hits and a good fight for bio, and then it's not it anymore, no? Zerg still seems to be building a lot of queens. Queens are goated. I think we can make the queen 300 in mineral and they still build 7. Spirit is not fine. To say that Spirit is fine would be a lie. The momentum and the tempo and the economy is very different than what it normally is. Suddenly heard something. Hi, babe. How was your pizza? I completely missed you building your or making your pizza. Didn't even hear it. Never thought that would happen, guys. That I've got no living room awareness in a mech game. Say again? Only when it was done. Yeah, I was completely unaware of it. Lambo is in a way better spot than a Zerg should normally be in. And don't forget that he can still spread creep for a little while because Spirit doesn't have a way to really slow it down. So to say Spirit is fine is a lie. Spirit is not fine. But it's also not like there is no way in hell that he ever wins this. Like, we're not looking at 3 Colossus battling a bunch of Marines without any support and the Marines need to win the fight. There's still bio, it's Stim, it's 1-1, it's Widow Mines. Like, there is hope. But Lambo's in an amazing position. An absolutely amazing position. Just needs to make sure that it doesn't slip away. Spirit is going to try to drop for the first time in the series. Widowmine fires and Sportball actually kills the medevac. Queen support as well. I mean, this drop didn't do a whole lot. Can Spirit do something useful over here in the bottom left? Lambo's a little bit out of position. Needs to be very cautious. Widowmine. Well, decent splits, I guess. Sure, lost the banelings, but Lambo is far enough ahead that he can lose a couple banes. Keeps the hatchery alive. Don't think we're gonna keep this hatchery alive. I don't see any queens nearby. I don't see any banelings. Lambo thinks about just sending it. Nice retarget there by Spirit as he's hoping for a big shot. Gets a decent shot. You always gotta be careful in moments like this. Hatchery did die to those 8 Marines. Lambo has hive tech. Adrenal glands on the way. Ultralisk cavern gets planted down. Once ultras are out, it's Joe over. Widow Mines and Liberators can keep you safe against ultras for a while. I'm definitely not disagreeing with you guys. I think Lambo is cooking in this game, but it wouldn't be the craziest thing ever to see a Terran still win this. With a couple big Widow Mine shots, like goals are decent. Well, Spirit is actually taking the supply lead for the first time in a while. I still think Lambo is fine, don't get me wrong, as long as he's not losing hatcheries and too many drones, but we're gonna have to clean it up a little bit. Nice snipe there on the veiling. Strong moments here by Spirit. Honestly, strong moments by Spirit. I don't think this is the drop, by the way. The spores deal a lot of damage. The queens are here, 7 queens in total. Oh, move the spore. Oh, I'm still gonna get some hits up now. I'm gonna get a hit. 1 shot, 1 kill.
1 shot, 1 kill.
An actual 1 shot, 1 kill. And not a good Widowmine connection here though on the top right side. Few banelings show up. Not a lot of support for these banes. Spirit's playing strong, guys. Honestly, Spirit finding some really good trades. Lambo's lost 1600 resources more. Now Adrenal Glands is about to finish up and those Ultras are about to make their first appearance as well. We don't have Libs yet. We don't have Ghosts, of course. This is where Lambo should really get a proper power spike, and Lambo should be able to start taking really good fights. Them Widow Mines, guys. Them Widow Mines. No, he's not ahead, look. He is not ahead. Spirit is not ahead. Spirit has done his best from an almost impossible position. He battled well, but Spirit is not winning, and he's not ahead. If he had 6 Liberators here with 4 Ghosts, I'd be like, you know what? Kind of ahead. But he doesn't. No need for the balance whining. And we still have 12 mines even after all of this. Drilling Claws obviously done. Thinking about a Widowmine drop. Lambo had enough of it. Drops a couple Changelings as well. Banelings crash into the Marauder. Marine count still pretty high there. Oh my goodness, these Marines are going ham. Here come the Banelings. Do we have Kindness? Oh, this is all right before Kindness, but it's alright. Even without Kindness, these Ultras are pretty strong. How good are the Widowmine drops at the bottom? Ooh, I think they were kind of good. I think they were kind of good. Let's see, they were not good. Only 3 drones died. We are playing on Europe, guys, because obviously I don't want to let the players play with 100 ping just so we can get that worker thingy on the left. Once this version of Starcraft is live on regular Battle.net, we will get it back. Well, Spirit has survived the first wave of Ultras, which is pretty impressive. Lambo thinks about a very big Zerg counterattack as there is a big fight. Oh my goodness, an Ultra just popped like a balloon against all them mines. As a Liberator is doing his thing as well, but both libs do end up dying. Banelings on 3. Yes, those are the connections that Lambo is looking for. There are a few more Widowmines in the mix. Friendly fire, and that will do it. After 14 minutes, it is Lambo who gets the job done. After perfectly defending the 3 racks opening. Still have to work for it though. Spirit is battling. Spirit does not want to lose this series. Maybe he saw all the belief that you guys had in him when it came to the channel point prediction game. Lambo he chose the right opening, right? If Lambo goes hedge first into pool, I'm not saying that he's going to lose, but the defense becomes a lot more difficult. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. If you go pool first, that's what you hope for. Like, obviously, that's maybe what he was expecting. Perhaps it's something that, you know, earlier tonight we were talking about poker and Starcraft and similarities. I don't think there are all the similarities, but something you can do in poker is like keep in mind that a certain player makes certain moves X percentage of the time. Maybe Lambo knows that Spirit is kind of keen on sending out the boys after losing a 37 something minute game. Maybe he just expected it. Maybe he felt it. He's like, I've seen Spirit in these best of 5s. Right? If he has a very long and draining game, the next game he often proxies. You can use that knowledge obviously to your advantage. And whatever it was that tipped Lambo off, he guessed correctly. Put him in a good spot. Still had to work for it. Lost a couple units, but all good. 1 map away from getting the dub on the Friday night and having an even better weekend. 1 week before the Home Story Cup 26. Lambo, of course, will be playing. I want to say Spirit will be playing as well, but is he? He should be, right? Spirit. I don't want to say always goes because I don't think he was at Home Story Cup 25, but I expect him to be here. Yeah, he's been announced. Okay. Does my girlfriend like Asito? She likes watching some of the games. She did play a little bit, but she quit after Terran was too imbalanced. She said those 3200 MMR Terrans are just unfair. They do too much damage. And she uninstalled, but she still watches a little bit. She likes cheering for Raynor mostly. I think Raynor is her favorite. She also really likes Cuckoo, but Cuckoo doesn't really play. So, mostly watches whenever Raynor is playing. And she likes Clem too. She even kind of cheered for Clem, I think, in the WTL. And I was like, hey, do you want to sleep in the backyard or what? Clem is cute and all, but we're not cheering against Basilisk over here in this house. She understood.
Round 4.
Fight!
In the bottom left side of ley lines, we are looking at the main base of our Polish Terran. This is Spirit. He's down 1-2. Vicky watched last Monday. I think she did, yeah. He was happy for you. She also watched you against Zombie Grub in the Big Brain Bouts. She said it was a very good series. In the top right side of ley lines, we are looking at the main base of our German Zerg. He's up 2-1. This is Shopify, Rebellions, Lambo. Your wife's favorite players are Clement Showtime. Yeah, Vicky also likes Showtime. She said a lot of nice things about Showtime. Now, I'm not an insecure man, but a few too many compliments for a guy that plays the race that never wins. I'm getting a little suspicious there. It always has to be Showtime. Huh? Sorry, babe. I'm sorry I'm not built like Deep Mauer. It is what it is. Ley lines, map 4, round 4. And the rest of your messages at the end. A Reaper opening for Spirit. Lambo is able to get his hatchery down in time. The hatches did get a little cheaper. DM is waiting for you in Discord. I want to get banned. I was joking, man. I don't think that Vicky said. Well, Vicky does like ZG. She actually let, before Vicky lived here, she had her own apartment, and we let Zombie Grub stay at that place once for like 5 days. And then they drove together to Treffel. And they were yapping so much, I followed them. Do not ask me why I let Vicky and Zombie Grub drive in front of me, but I did. And apparently they were yapping so much that they forgot to take the right exit, and we ended up in freaking Arnhem instead of going on the right direction to Krefeld. I was like, sweet baby Jesus, what are the ladies yapping about? Can I just lead from here on out? So yeah, she does like Zombie Grub. Well, that's okay. We all love ZG. We love you, Pi. I tease you, but we really appreciate it. We love you, but we love Zombie Grub too. It's hard to compete with ZG. This is how it is. You guys missed Pi against Zombie Grub. That should be on the BASILISK YouTube, just like every other series, like Rainer and Max Packs. It's always a mix between high-level Starcraft and community Starcraft here in the BBB. Exclamation mark BASILISK. That's where you guys can watch all the games back. Spirit is opening up with Hellions, Banshee, a third base, your bread and butter in TVZ. Lots of J Money games on there. Oh. I mean, when you put it like that, I guess that should be it, right, J Money? We'll see you on Monday. So Monday, guys, I will probably organize a 16-man tournament for players around 4900 MMR to 5300 MMR, and we will do a live drawing 2 hours before the tourney. We'll finalize the player list on Sunday, Monday. We'll organize it all through the Discord, and then we'll do a live drawing. So we're not playing any favorites on stream like we did last Monday. Very good defense here by Lambo, guys. Perfect Evo Chamber block into perfect cancel into grabbing those 2 Hellions. Woo! The man lost 1 Zergling and killed 2 Hellions. Lambo's on fire, man. I think he saw you guys predict against him. And that lit a little fire under his butt. He says, you guys forgot about Der Julian over here. I didn't. I was a Lambo believer. I disagree with you guys. Still waiting for the 3K tourney. Maybe the Monday. I don't know if I can find 8 players around 3000 MMR. But Jacob wants to play, so I don't know. Jacob probably couldn't play on the Monday night. We'll see what we do the Monday after home story. I feel like the 3K tourney might be a tiny bit painful, but I'll ask. Could be fun. Jacob, Bruno. I'm not gonna do a TVT 3K MMR. Absolutely not. I've seen enough upper 3 TVT. I know it's not quite 3K, but I assume it looks a little like that. I don't want that anymore. I still have a lot of passion left for this game, and I'm hoping to be here for many more years, bringing you guys some tournaments, but I'm done with the upper 3 TVTs. I can't do it. I'll leave that to the up-and-coming casters. Spore Crawler and Queen's getting some shots off. Lambo gets a Banshee. Obviously did lose a couple drones. With a couple we mean 5, but I think that's pretty acceptable. Scan goes down here on creep, and Spirit tries to delay the inevitable. That is that creep crawling forward a little bit longer. Lambo plays double Evo, Ling, Bane, Hydra here, guys. Is there a chance we get to see some Hydra dash over here? Are we gonna see these Hydras dashing? I bet Hydra dash is gonna give us some really fun moments at Home Story Cup. What happened in number 3 TVT? Nothing! That's the whole point, Yowie. Nothing! All custom tournaments, guys, will always be organized through my Discord. So exclamation mark Discord gives you the link I will. I don't think Twitter is very alive for Starcraft 2, so we do that on Discord. We've got a Zergling counter protect. There is a bonk here, guys, but it's empty, so the bunker doesn't do anything. Got Lambo and his Banelings got a good connection on creep, and could this just be it? What a great moment for these links to show up. Now the bunker is fully loaded, but Lambo killed 10 SCVs there with just Zerglings. You're in, Serval. But first things first, we'll do the 5k20 and then maybe we'll do the 3k20. Lings, Banes and Queens lead the charge. This one tank off creep gets picked up. Thank you, Corayo. The Spirit is rallying everything to the other side of the map. It is 5 Rexes. It's not 8 Rexes yet, per se. He could obviously build 3 more. 5 Rex, 1 factory, 1 starport. Yes, a Lambo fires up Hive Tech. Supplies are closed though. This is like one of these one bad fight and the game is over moments. But perhaps one freaking amazing fight and the game is over as well. The Baneling count is 12. Links and Banes come in from the bottom left. Is this the fight? Is this the moment for Der Julian? Well, he gets a couple of the reinforcements, but that is about it. Is that good enough? I don't think that's quite what he's hoping for. 10 more Banelings are morphing. Very 10 seconds here. Nice micro on the side of Spirit. We gotta give Spirit some kudos for this. As another tank is going to show up. Lambo doesn't really have the numbers anymore to pick up the reinforcements. The Marines just stand there. And they get a couple of the Banes, but they don't get all of them. And now the Marine count is a whole lot lower. Hellbat still doing their thing. Banelings coming in. Top left, bottom left. What a fight again. Still 3 Hellbats remain. And these Hellbats are an issue. That means that Zerglings alone will just not cut it. Spirit continues to reinforce here. As he is building a 4th base, kills one of the hatcheries. That is big. Lambo does have this base, but he needs to mine out this mineral patch before he can take the rich Vespian geyser. Hive Tech should be done though, right? Unless he cancelled it. No, it's done. So Hive Tech is done. TBD Forever said I think it's good enough for Spirit. I think you're right, but I also don't think he's there yet. Obviously, Hive Tech Zerg hits different, right? Banelings. Maybe Adrenal Glands, Vipers. I don't know why I said Banelings. It's because I looked at Banelings. Banelings don't change actually, guys. The upgrade advantage will be big. Double drop into the main base. There is a Viper here. There is a Queen, but no energy yet on the Viper, so no Parabomb. Lambo will continue to bleed out some economy. He's gonna battle these Hellbats. I want to say takes care of it once and for all, but he doesn't. Spirit will donate them. Drop in the main gets pushed back for now. Spirit continues to double drop, this time on the right side. Second Viper is about to come out. Just Lings alone, not good enough here for Lambo. Not with these upgrades, not when it's 2-2 against 1-1. Spirit picks up, thinks about dropping in the natural. Needs to be careful, because Hydra count is increasing and the Viper count is increasing. The next push is going to be so difficult to deal with. Lambo's gonna need a magical engagement. I don't know if he has a larva issue, but he's also sitting on a few too many minerals. There's a good idea of when that 4th base is floating over at least. By the way, Adrenal Glands takes freaking forever, right? I'm sure some of you guys will say, yeah, thank the Lord, buddy, but I feel like this has been on the production tab for 3 minutes now. I know that's not the case, but alright, we can abduct. Spore Crawler, Queen. We could abduct, but we're also battling another hatch potentially here going down. That hatch will go down. Lambo sends a couple of the Banelings forward, but the Marine count is so freaking high that these Marines also stand their ground and fight. That's a lot of Sims, by the way. The Spirit needs to be careful. Snipes a few more Banes. Gets the Hydra then here as well, so he got the hatchery. And this army is so low. 1 or 2 Banes is all it takes. Finally, we got some good circling connections. Maybe that allows Lambo to get on top of these 3 tanks as well. And the Vipers are going to show up. They can drop a Blinding Cloud. Lambo is going to push his Spirit back. That's an empty medevac. Well, we have to ask ourselves, to cast the question, at what cost? Lost this base at 12 o'clock earlier, loses the triangle, loses a lot of Banes, Overlord Trolls. The Hydra list then. And we don't even have Hydra Dash yet. Spirit throws down a scan. Thought he had a medevac next to it. That is certainly a play. Why did he scan there? I don't know. What was that, guys? I mean, to be fair, right? If people do this in the 4K tournament, we all start laughing. Why did he scan? +2 carapace at least done for Lambo. Lambo's army is just not that good at the moment. The one thing that gives me hope is obviously Vipers. Looking for burrowed units. We haven't had a single burrowed unit yet in this game, but yeah, I guess could be. Wait till he throws to you. You guys had a good game, Doomrat. I'll stand by it. You against your bro Chris was honestly a very good action-packed TVZ until I said it was very good. Then suddenly it looked like we dropped 3000 MMR. Like, oh, Roddy gave us a compliment. Let's try to make him look really stupid. By the way, YBC, did you ever answer my DM? Because I don't think you did. I've been waiting for you, mate. You guys played well. Thank you to Joe on. As Lambo says, this is my moment. He goes for it. Feels like a nice Zerg engagement. The tank line may be deep, but this feels like a pretty sexy Zerg engagement to me. Spirit Supply, however, is holding strong. I guess that's because he just didn't really send everything. Can we get that final medevac as well? If the economies were flipped, if Lambo had 81 drones and Spirit had 66 SUVs, I would have said that that was a great fight for Lambo. It looked good. It felt good. Kept the hatchery alive. Got a lot of the tech. You're gonna wait an appropriate amount of time and then you ask for a BBB grudge match against YBC. We can definitely make that happen. I don't think that Basilisk would have any issues with that. I don't have any issues with that. You accepted my friend request? Oh, but I thought I sent you a message. It's alright, we'll settle it tonight, YBC. You just DM me your PayPal and I'll send you those 13 buckies. I think in Norway you can probably buy a bottle of water with that if you're lucky. But it's the thought that counts. Doing my best over here, guys. I went to Norway once and it's rough out there. Paid 44 euros for a pizza. And that was the day that I knew that Norway was not for me. You gotta be the 0.01% to make a living over there. Being a pro gamer must really suck if you live in Norway. You gotta win TI and then you can finally buy a bungalow. Couple blinding clouds landing on the tanks. Lambo, this is a big moment for him. This needs to go amazing. If it doesn't go amazing, he is down and out. He's definitely dealing damage, but we need that PF. We need it quicker. Oh my goodness. Well, he does get it. He gets the tanks, but it's just not good enough. It just took way too long. Spirit ties things up. 16-minute game on ley lines. And for the first time tonight, we are going to Game 5. Woohoo! Everybody loves the Game 5. But how was the pizza? It was pretty good, Jug. I'm not going to lie. I want to say it was like Peppa's pizza, but I don't know if that sounds right. Peppy? Peppa? I don't know if I'm confusing the meme or if that's like actually a pizza thing in Norway. No. Did he need to bet it on that attack? He was down economically. He lost a lot of drones. He didn't have the economy to like transition and get like a stronger army. So I understood that he felt that he just needed a W. Yeah, he got the base, but it just took too much. Yeah, it was a good pizza, but 44 euros for a Warcraft 3 pro gamer Roddy in the year 2006. It's like, they're asking me to pay like 3% of my net worth over here for a pizza. And I was hungry, so I had no choice. And I had a girlfriend that was hungry, so she needed it. I was like, oh my goodness. I will never financially recover from having a pizza in Norway. The year's 2024 now, guys, and I'm still trying to get out of the hole. But tonight was a great game. Tonight was a great step to another pizza in Norway. I don't even want to know what a pizza costs right now. If that was the price in like the year 2006, 2007. Michelin star prices over there in Norway. Try a pizza in Iceland. I'm still broke. I ate it in 2003. Ben and me also had a layover once, and I think it was in Norway, but I have no idea why we'd have a layover in Norway. It was either in Norway or in Finland. And we had 2 beers, 2 burgers, and 2 french fries. It was at an airport, to be fair. I think I had to pay like $112, and I was like, this is a joke. What are they doing in Scandinavia? Like, I am okay with this being like 35, 40 buckies on an airport. It's expensive, but you know, we can handle it. But I paid like $112, 2 beers, 2 burgers, 2 sets of french fries. I don't know how the Scandinavians survive, guys. Final rounds.
Final round. Fight!
In the bottom left side of El Dorado, the modern day version of Golden Wall, we are looking at the main base of our Polish Terran. This is Spirit. One map away from rewarding all you guys with the channel point lottery and winning $150 1 week before Home Story Cup. And perhaps a bit of a Home Story Cup confidence booster as well. And all the nerds are gonna need it. Because I am not doing the fake caster hype, get excited over the event, but I think this lineup for Home Story Cup, most exciting lineup in years. I'm very happy with it. Bottom right side, El Dorado, going back to that pool before the hatchery, like he did on Whispers of Gold. This is Shopify Rebellion's Lambo. RotterdaM, why is your tree up already? It's November, law. Just like Christmas, mate. I like Christmas vibes. Vicky got excited over it. She has dragged me to Intratown like 3 times already, so you see once that tree is to get the tree, and I like it too. I know it's a little bit early, but in my defense, like I'm about to go to Germany for 3 days, and those are exhausting and draining days. The last thing I want to do is start building it when I'm back. I also don't want to put in all that time and effort to then take it down 2 weeks later, so a little early, but I'm happy with it. No, fake tree. We have a fake tree. Same one as last year. Thank you, J Money. I appreciate the kind words, mate. I know I tease you a lot, but I hope you know that you are appreciated. I will, however, absolutely wipe the floor with you in that best of 7. If that opportunity arises, I'm that serious. I know you DM me. That serious. Spirit has not scouted yet. 6 links will run into the natural domain. We've got a command center that's becoming an orbital. We've got 1 marine, but obviously 1 marine with SCV support. Should be able to put up a bit of a fight. 2nd marine just popped. Lambo could not quite grab this around. From that song. I'm ready for the meme, mate. J Money is like, I'm ready to fight Roddy. I was like, damn, Roddy got hands. Roddy still got hands, mate. No, I like J Money too. I love J Money's passion. Sometimes, as I said many times, J Money bit of a yapper, and sometimes he barks a little too much, kind of like a chihuahua, but I still love his passion. If we had another 100 J Moneys out there, some would think that the scene would be hell. Sure, the yapping, yeah, that would be hell. However, the games, the passion, the sign-ups, the tournaments, it'd all be better. We need J Moneys. You may not believe it, but we need people with the passion of J Money. Bit of a blind counter here by Spirit. I mean, blind guy, you can say Lambo had a blind counter, right? Sometimes there are some mind games that come into play. The opening, obviously, is great for Spirit. He didn't take a lot of damage. But it's not like Lambo donated all the links, didn't get anything done. He got an SCV. I think we can take it from him. The FFA would have been mine if not for Germany. I like the Komachi FFA win. That was actually kind of goated. I asked Oppa3, I was like, Sal, do you know how this works? And Oppa3 goes on the rant. This fucking guy, this idiot. Yes, I know how it works. 2 minutes later, I guess I didn't know how it worked. Even though he knew how it worked, he just didn't really think it was going to go down like that. Yeah, that was it. That was a great night of games as well. We've had a lot of great Fridays together, guys, and I'm very, very, very happy that I can do this. It's obviously always cool to give out money to the video gamers and try to put on a good show. Could not do it without Basilisk. I can't say that often enough. Maybe sometimes we come, like I say it too often, but it's just the truth. I do not have $500 a week to give away for a little show like this. We can do our own tournament on the Monday night, and I don't mind spending $100 on creating a fun night of games, but I could not do the Big Brain Bouts without Basilisk. And that's why I try to give them a lot of love. Spirit has 2 medevacs full of marines and leaves 1 marine in the center to get some map vision. Overlord is gonna get picked off. Cannot transfuse obviously with the queen's off creep. A bit frustrating there. This map does have like another late game written all over it, no? Traditionally, Golden Wall. This the modern day version of Golden Wall. Doesn't it kind of feel like the ultimate split map scenario? Gonna have another 37-minute banger. A lot of them, yes, a lot of them. I don't know if every, but a lot of them. Especially Golden Wall, RotterdaM. I'm kind of feeling it. Nice scan here by Spirit as he gets a couple of the active troops to west, but more importantly, grabs another Overlord. And this is definitely becoming a bit of a thing, right? That's a lot of Marines, by the way. 28 Marines. Combat Shield is about to finish up. And we can talk about late game all we want. These Marines have hands. And Lambo is forced to cancel all those morphing banelings. He's just trying to buy some time, forcing this army to stim 1 more. We are very, very deep on creep now. I hope Spirit knows that. He definitely knows that, because he's got eyes. Queen misrallied a little bit, coming in from the bottom. Spirit's getting some big pickups as he finds the Overlord farm, but can't quite get too many of them. Still like 4 Overlords already though, right? Yeah. And what a game by Spirit. Lost 1 SCV. It's killed 19 units. But a Lambo survives. The Lambo didn't end up losing 15 drones there. And it's gonna take a little while before I think we can talk about Lambo being in danger. Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler got hands these days. Just open a new ill, I mean. I feel like I should still have a beer or two. I didn't have any beers yet. Didn't have any whiskey. If we're gonna play some games of Deadlock with the boys, I don't think we can get Lambo to play tonight, but I think he's all video gamed out after this best of 5, win or lose, and I can't blame him. Starcraft 2 is awesome, but it can be really draining as well. That game on 2K, like that would be it for me. I'd be done. Like, that's all I got. Not the best bailing run by here. This tank put in some work there for Spirit as he's got all these Marines in the top right side. Oh, Lambo, things looked so good a little while ago, but we are definitely in some trouble here in Game 5. For now, it's just like, it's damage, it hurts, but we can recover. Just for your feeling, it's obviously important. Eventually, things go your way. Now, the good news for Lambo is that he does have 1-1 upgrades that are done. 2-2 on the way. Ooh, cute plays here by Spirit, dropping Marines 1 at a time, trying to activate a couple of the banelings. What happened? He cooked you in PVZ? Ay caramba, pai. I take that personal, mate. But your PVZ is built different. Infestation Pit is done for Lambo, but he does not start Hive Tech yet. Right, when I say that, he does fire it up. Another Overlord. It does really start adding up. Nice job by Spirit, by the way. I feel like Spirit stepped up his game a little bit when it comes to like kind of standing his ground, sniping a couple banelings and getting out of there. Obviously, these are plays that we expect from guys at this level, but Spirit has often been a little bit more about the slow and methodical style, and Clem obviously is the fancy one. I'm not saying that Spirit is Clem when it comes to sniping banelings, but a couple good snipes throughout this best of 5 can be said. Gnarly area here with all these tanks. The Spirit, by the way, has expanded towards the center, and Sensor Tower is coming online, so Lambo could actually have a really good moment here to show up. If Lambo just goes for this base, I think it's pretty good, as Lambo strikes that base and is also going to try to jump on this army in the top right. Not many Marines protecting the tanks. I think Lambo should just go. If Lambo just dives on this, I think it goes well, as the Lings and Bangs will now crash into the bunker, into this orbital, as they're still battling in the top right. He has to live. That means all the SMEs fall. What a connection there for Lambo. What a counter, guys, by Der Julian. Gets the sensor tower, gets the depot, gets more than a handful of SCVs, and I think he's got enough to deal with his army. But does he? Doesn't really matter what I think, right? Matters what actually happens. The only thing that he didn't do is sneak a couple Zerglings over here through the bottom to get on top of these tanks. These tanks were exposed. But because of that counter, Lambo's obviously forcing Spirit to keep a lot of units at home. There's very little creep. But I think even without creep, Lambo's got enough here. I think his army is powerful, it's big. He gets the tank on the high ground. I'd want to stick around there. Vipers are on the way, so maybe Lambo doesn't want to take a risky fight. As he's probably searching for a spot to get some energy. We're going to use the natural. Oh, what a close main event, eh? Definitely a series that lives up to the hype that a main event is supposed to bring. Lambo needs to be very careful. There's a lot of buy units now on the top side. Protecting these tanks. There's a lot of Zerg units falling quickly. With only 2 Vipers, this is going to be hard, man. You don't have Infestors. You can maybe get a Blinding Cloud. On creep, it's obviously a very different ball game. Lambo's going to take the gold now. That's kind of cool. That was indeed a big fight for Spirit. So many guys with guns showing up on the top side. As he is slowly rebuilding all those SCVs that he lost. Makes a big stim for this hatch. Now if Lambo loses the hatch, that sucks obviously. But if Lambo loses the hatch and he also loses 20 drones, it more than sucks. It's just a hatchery for now. Lambo re-expanding. That's the cool thing about this map, where even if you can get completely blasted on the top side of the map, you can just kind of rebuild everything at the bottom. Lambo already has this base. He's going to try to take this one. That's another gold, by the way. Gold bases for days. I guess that's why this map is called El Dorado. Means gold rush, by the way. And yes, I am fluent in Spanish because I know vamos. Thanks, some of them on siege. Big stim there on the buy unit. I like the Parabomb. I love the Parabomb. As there is so much to micro heroes of Terran. Unfortunately, the one medevac with parasitic bomb died. I still thought it was an awesome play there. Pretty decent cleanup by Lambo. As Spirit hits us with a double drop on top of the gold. Lambo forces to send these drones away. Adreno Cleanse is close to finishing up. Lambo needs to leave a couple. No! Lambo needs to leave a couple units behind to defend this base at the 3 o'clock, but Spirit shows up and snipes all the Vipers, but now in return, Lambo turns around. What is this game? Oh my god, meine Fresse, das geht doch nicht. Massive baneling connections after Spirit snipes every single Viper. This is painful, this is often not good for the Zergy, as the Lings are derping, one more baneling shows up. And Lambo gets the cleanup. Well, we have to ask ourselves to cast the question, at what cost? The thing is though that Spirit has now expanded towards the top left and Lambo is taking the bottom. And he's got gold bases. Got monstrous baneling connections, but oh, the 3 Vipers is so painful. I'd call it the Rainer, but Rainer is currently in South Korea. He's probably starting his night adventure, so I can't even make jokes about Rainer because he's not here to make fun of me. I get upset over it. Yeah, great snipe of course by Spirit, what a catch. I mean, he just went for the base and then he suddenly saw the 3 Vipers. He's back to round 2, goes for the base once more. Spirit, the man from Poland, snipes the hatchery. Lambo, economically I want to say hurting, but gold bases, very good. This base, this base. Oh, is this a big one? No, it's not. Lambo's not attacking at all yet. It has a little bit to do with the opening, because he obviously went pull. And at that point, Spirit always had the momentum. Spirit was in his face. Spirit is the aggressor. Lambo had one big counterattack, but after that, it's not that Lambo doesn't want to attack. It's just that Spirit's been there. Like, if Spirit was bad, or Spirit was slow and not in his face, then obviously Lambo be a bit more aggressive. What is Reina doing in Korea right now? I don't think I can say that on Twitch. As the Blinding Cloud lands, I'm just joking. He's just having a fun trip with a friend. Nice Blinding Clouds by Lambo as he gets a whole bunch of tanks. The Baneling count is dwindling, but 1 or 2 magical Banelings is all it takes. By the way, I hate that Lambo doesn't love Burrow the way that I love Burrow. I think on moments like this, to leave a couple Banelings behind, but you know that Spirit is dropping in the top right and his eyes can't be everywhere at once. A couple defensive Banelings would be big. And that was also big, guys. Hydra, dash, finishing up. We are going to dash. Lambo is down a little bit in supply, but he does have money. He's got Adreno Glands. He's very close to getting +3. Needs a good fight though. Needs maybe some injects, some queens. Lord knows what he needs. Yeah, Reina definitely became a proper burrow enjoyer. I mean, Elaser and Lambo obviously have been very good friends for a long time and talk a lot about this game, any game for that matter. Elaser is such a big burrow Baneling enjoyer, and I think he's very good with it as well. Especially when he does like the little run-bys and he leaves like 2 Balins here because he knows the SCVs will clump up eventually. No, Rainer is just literally, guys, I think an Italian friend. The TLDR is that Rainer had an amigo from Italy that always wanted to go to Korea once, and now that guy finally saved up some buckies, and he said, I really want to go, this is the time, do you want to join? And Rainer said, yeah, I love Korea. So he's just having a little trip with a friend, that's all. It's a Polish friend, alright. Polish friend, Italian friend. I know he was in Poland before, but I thought maybe the Italian moved to Poland. Spirit is army is no longer just Marines. Kind of feels like this is risky to stand at the bottom of a ramp like this. I almost thought he killed his own tank there. He doesn't. Pretty sick moment, by the way, to knock down these rocks. And now Lambo, his flank, can't really come in. Ah, that's a cool play. That is a very, very cool play. We had Ultras before. Nixu immediately molding. I knew it. I knew Zergs would be molding. Because we saw the Zerg surround coming in, and then Spirit knocks down the rocks, and that surround can't happen. And now it's very hard for Lambo to take out these rocks. This is the way that Dustin Browder had rocks in mind all these years ago. Ghost count is increasing. Lambo might snipe here. Hydra dash! Shame. Are we gonna dash? Pretty decent commitment here. Lambo finds a planetary, sends a couple Zerglings in, but he says, you know what? Fighting 1 planetary is better than fighting 2. I don't think he's gonna get this though. Ay caramba, is that painful? The answer is yes, that is painful. Does have an answer for this little drop. Spool sends it in the center as he's kind of pulling Spirit apart. Can Lambo get on top of one of these PFs? The answer is no, and the game will continue. Man, what a series between these two. Will allow him to work on the rocks. Kudos to Spirit, kudos to Lambo, as it obviously takes 2 to tango. They had a best of 3 yesterday in Wadi's tournament, and I think that was played on the PTR as well. As I said before, it was a 2-0 for Spirit. If those games were as good as these, I'm gonna go back and watch it. I didn't want to watch it because I wanted to come in with less info, and I just wanted to be surprised how a TVZ would look between these guys. But obviously I did know the score. This is a really good scrap between these two tonight. Kind of both deserve the $150. Only one of them will get it. Lambo, his gold is back up online, but Spirit is all over it almost immediately. I don't know if we can save it. The paintings are too late. We cannot save it. Hello, Alex. I'm sorry that I betrayed my promise, Alex. Those slow zealots were not meant to be. It's a lot of ghosts, but ghosts are 3 supply instead of 2 supply. Alright, how many overlords is this one marine? No! Wait, the marine can? No, it's Reno Glen. Cannot. 1 starport is gonna become 3 starports. Lambo has tried to take so many different bases at this point, by the way. Oh, Nidus! Is Spirit paying it? I'm gonna follow Spirit his vision. Okay, he's stimming back, so I think he knows. But he's maxed out. It actually leaves a lot of the tanks exposed. Lambo jumps on top of them. Oh, finish it then. Why don't you finish it? Shouldn't he have finished it? Lurkers. Can the Lurkers take control of the ramp? Oh, no, Overseer. Yes, we have an Overseer on the right. Pew, 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 pew. Lurker, Nidus attack. Oh my god. Spirit is going for the Benny defense over here. Thank the Lord that he's got a couple goals in the mix. Otherwise, that would have been really painful. He did end up losing all the tanks over here in the center. Man, El Dorado, banger. Banger map. Big fan. I'm glad that Lambo indeed got a couple of these tanks, because that would have been really sad. Spirit used almost his entire bio army to deal with that. Another Nidus attempt, this time in the natural. Is Spirit paying attention? Spirit throws down a scan. He's not paying attention, guys. Oh, now he sees it with his tank. But it also means that his bio units are going to be a little bit exposed. Medevacs are here to save the day. Nidus will get taken care of. And the planetary keeps the Marines in the goal safe. Excellent defense there by Spirit. Obviously, these Nidus attempts are terrifying. Hydras could dash in and out. Snipe a couple SCVs. I think I missed it there. 48 SCVs have already died. That still sucked for Lambo. I mean, obviously this fight right here, yeah, that sucked, but I think that's something he can recover from. It's not just the rocks here, by the way. There's still the mineral patches alive too. You mean the knight is attacking the main? By the way, are we missing lurker upgrades? Am I crazy? I don't see adaptive talents. I don't see seismic spines. He does not have any of the lurker upgrades. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Lings and Banes are going to crash through the Liberators as he does get on top of the tanks. Gets a lot of the bar units there as well. Heavy losses on both sides, but nice micro there by Spirit on the left. Saves a lot of the kills. Does lose his medevac. Loses another one and another one. DJ Khaled. Look at this one little lurker. No lurker range. That mule was on the wrong side. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, one lurker. What a lurker, baby. 11 kills. 12 kills. Yes, micro that boy. Realize that you don't have range, mate. Or adaptive talents for that matter. Come on, this should be in range. You know it should be in range. Lambo, take a look at your lurker then, my friend. Oh. Yeah, he forgot both of the upgrades. Not just seismic spines, he forgot adaptive talents as well. The hero lurker dies. Bot time though. Was a nice distraction. He's going back into lurkers. I mean, I said before, guys, that he's probably all gamed out after this. These things are very draining. Playing a series like this is draining. Lambo in his first or second game today would immediately realize this. He is going to move it closer as he's jumping on top of this army as well. He is running low on resources. He is running low on bases. Lambo is struggling economically. He's struggling financially. He does do a good job in denying this base. He's got 106 army supply, but Spirit's got 155 army supply. Hello, Danny. We're still going, mate. It's sad for Lambo that, and I haven't really seen him dash either. I hope he doesn't think that Hydra Dash are the lurker upgrades. So Ronin, the overlay does not work because we are not playing on the PTR. We are playing on regular EU Battle.net, and this version is not live yet on EU Battle.net. So the mod we're using is basically normally a mod that you would use for the observer interface. You cannot have double mod. That's why I'm trying to show you guys like this how many SCVs have died, etc. Oh, such a great series and a very fun final game, even though I'm not sure if Lambo would share that same sentiment with me, but it's really sad not to see him have these key lurker upgrades. Now he hasn't been mega heavy on the lurkers, but we also can say he doesn't have a single one. He does get the planetary. That's a lot of Zerglings coming in from the right, but so many Marines. Stay safe over here on the left, and Spirit supply is barely dropping. The man from Poland, Big Piotr, is standing strong as he hits us with another double drop in the bottom side as well. I think after an epic banging best of 5, this one will still go to Spirit. My prediction was wrong. You guys were right again. Twitch chat 2, Roddy 0. Honestly, very, very good series between these two though. Absolute shame for Lambo that he forgot his upgrades. I don't know how much of an impact that would have had, but even those lurkers here in the main, like, they get more shots off with those bio further away. They burrow quicker. Like, it could have been different. It could have been different. We've got the Lings, Veins, and Hydras in the bottom left, but Spirit now taking control of this very important center base. Balanced Counselor says, this map is so Terran favored. If goals are still 2 supply, I'd absolutely agree. 3 supply goals, this should always become like a bit more playable. And Spirit is gonna try to finish it off with a nuke here in the top right. Drones will get evacuated. Check counter attack potential. Yes, no, maybe. Goals will die. It'd be awesome if Lambo could buy enough time to somehow max out, but at this point you kind of want, we'd like some fungals maybe, you know. The marine count has been damn high. A little blinding cloud lands on a couple of the tanks. Lambo will get those tanks. Gets the Liberator too. Gets 2. Again, another tank and another lip. These are good pickups, but Spirit's damn rich. Lambo hits us with another big counter. This time does get on top of a couple of the tanks, maybe on top of a few of the ghosts as well. Is there life left in their German Zerg? I mean, he's definitely hurting economically, financially. Even the army supply is really hurting. Almost feels like this Nidus is a defensive one to get out of there. Spirit, it just feels like Spirit got 300 supply. Where does Piotr get all this supply from? That I don't know. What I do know is that Lambo cannot possibly keep this up. He's gonna need a magical fight on creep. Army a little bit overstimmed. The medevac looking for hot pickups. Relatively behind. Great job there by Spirit, saving so many of these units. Lambo dropping another Nidus, this time in the corner of the main as he is moving a burrow circling around to give himself some vision. How many resources are left? Okay, there is some here. How's this base? So-so. How's this base? So-so. This one is nothing. This one, a lot, but very hard to defend. And this one, 7 more Lurkers. Proper Sage. Even experienced video gamers like Lambo are going to forget some key upgrades from time to time. Especially when you just feel mentally like you're almost out of it. You've given it your all, you've played some incredibly long games. There were so many different fights to look at, one base to take care of. Something as easy and as obvious as Lurker range and Lurker speed. We've got 7 Lurkers now, we have lost 13 Lurkers, so this was a 20 Lurker game. It hurts, that hurts for Lambo, is sad, but can't take anything away from Spirit. He has played an absolutely amazing series, as another Viper flies into the Terran army, that one will die too. A few more snipes. I think maybe now he'll notice, be like, wait a minute, why do my Lurkers feel so crappy? And I said that earlier. Ooh, Bailing's actually connecting with the Terran unit. Obviously a very expensive fight there, but hey, those were pretty damn big connections. Lambo getting some of the biggest connections in the world as he used Hydra Dash. He's like, what does this button do? And he dashes out of there. It's a shame he doesn't really have a bank anymore. Lost a few more Lurkers. And the bank is the biggest problem. Don't forget that this base right here has never been mined from. It's a very big base. Lurkers in the mix. A little ducked on the ghost. It's something. Oh, Lurkers, Lurkers, Lurkers. Can the Hydras snipe the command center? Dash! Yeah, there they go. Look at them dash. I mean, I still think at the moment that you realize now, you have to go for it. The Lurker upgrades that is. No matter how broke you are. Okay, maybe not when you have 10 minerals. But when you have like 500 minerals, you gotta go. Hydra Dash is sick. Oh my goodness. What a series between these two. It feels that Lambo's on his last legs, but he did just take a pretty amazing fight. He's building more Lurkers. I'm at the point where I'm like, Loof, tell him! Obviously we can't do that. That's not in the spirit of video gaming. That's not in the spirit of competition, but... it hurts. It hurts to see a Protoss lose a game because they don't get extended thermal lens or they don't get Zealot charge. It also hurts to see a Zerg lose a game where they had 24 Lurkers and they did not get any of the Lurker upgrades. If Lambo wins this game without the Lurker upgrades, it's a go-to performance. Oh, 5 again, a little bit exposed. Ghost count is 11. Lambo tries to come in from 2 angles. So many circles though. Is there an answer for these circles? The answer is a no. There is no answer. After 30 minutes, it is Spirit, guys, who wins this best of 5. He walks away with 150 bucks. Lambo will still get 50 for playing. 1 week to go till Home Story Cup 26. We'll see both of these video gamers there in action. And honestly, this makes me pretty hungry for more Spirit, more Lambo. I think a really good series. Really, really fun series between these guys. Alright, GG's, thanks for playing, but they're already offline. Spirit wins the 150 buckies. Lambo will get 50. Honestly, yeah. It was fun. And GG's, guys. Shame about the lurker upgrades there in the end, but overall, a great main event. I feel like Lambo Cham against Goblin was pretty fun, but in a different way. I think this was a really good series between these two. I'm obviously a bit tired, guys. There was a lot of yapping, a single best of 5, but exclamation mark B if you guys want to go over the results of tonight one more time. Congrats to Danny, Hydra, Cham, who keeps on winning, and Spirit for winning their matches. Obviously, a big shout out to all 8 video gamers for playing tonight. And don't forget that Basilisk put a lot of time and effort into making a little passion We Love Starcraft video. And it would really go a long way if you guys want to give this post a like, a retweet. If you don't do it on Twitter, maybe you guys can like the video on YouTube. It's there as well. The links are easy to find. Exclamation mark Basilisk in the chat should bring you there. One more time shows the video, sure. And in case you guys say, Roddy, I like it, but I don't like social media, I don't use any of it, we can play this video one final time before we wrap it up. Big shout out to all 8 gamers. I'll take a tiny break, and yeah, I was gonna play Deadlock, but I'm actually very tired. That was an intense series, but I think if we take a couple minutes, we relax a little, get some water, maybe we can sneak in a couple game pieces. But because you guys like the video, one more time, but obviously make sure to comment, like, subscribe, whether it's on Blue Sky, Twitter. I use Twitter because I'm old. Instagram, that's there too. YouTube, anything helps, guys. Even if you think, it sounds nice, but no, just do it. Anything helps. Here comes the video. Because we love StarCraft.